All right, so it's 10 o'clock. Awesome. What's up, people? Welcome back to Hit the Bid. You know, sometimes these videos just cost me money. So maybe getting this thing live will actually wind up saving me money. So then I could just click a button. I could trade. I'm trying to type, I'm trying to talk, I'm trying to make this video. Trying to watch DRYS in 15 seconds. I mean, I've been doing this for so long. You'd think I'd be able to hang on to a jiggle. Of course it's not going to go straight up. But Jesus Christ, the stock, it's ripping. You got to be kidding me. Unbelievable. So I'm in it. I walk in. I see it's at $52. Bang. I was like, all right, you know what? I shouldn't trade without actually seeing what's going on for a second. I was like, screw it. I'm in it. Because I thought today would be a bounce. Boom, I'm in at $52. Quickly rips up to $52.30. Next thing you know, it's falling down to $51.80 or whatever it was. I'm like, oh God, here we go again. I'm going to lose all my money. So then I made it move back up, made it move back down. So I was like, screw this. I'm getting out. I took my 9-cent profit. 9-cent profit at 9.50. Immediately spikes up 1.5. So what do? I run to the EXM. And I said, all right, let's not get crazy now. EXM's already made a move, but it'll probably make a move. So I get into 23, already thinking, oh, maybe I shouldn't be buying in here at 23. So what do? I was like, oh my God, maybe I should just offer it out. What do? I offer it out. Boom, 70 cents right there. So if this was live right now, you'd all be having a fantastic day, courtesy of man right here. So what's going on? You know, I was on the way here and listening to all the news stories about Lehman. That's all I could say. You know, when I was working at those boiler rooms, chop shops, trying to get, people to buy awful stocks and taking it upon myself by selling IGT and ITT and Potash, 3 stocks that I owned in my portfolio, when everybody was selling these chop stocks. You know what happened? I was called into the office. I was selling IGT, International Game Technologies. This is going back 15 years, okay? Because I owned it in my portfolio. I don't know if I told you this story or not, but... And that song before was called Is This It? And I got to get to that point. But this is now some Rita Marley, the original I Want to Get High song, before Cypress Hill. What I was saying is I worked at these boiler rooms, these chop shops, where they had their garbage stocks, and I wanted to sell clients real stocks because I was trying to make a business out of this. After being denied jobs at Merrill Lynch and all the other places, I went in there with a television radio degree, talking about how I know about the stock market because I've done my own homework and I've researched and I'm pretty a smart guy. Why don't you give me a job? And they all wanted these MBAs and they wanted these real jobs from real schools. I went to Brooklyn College. So I got poo-pooed and all that. So I was like, you know what, you suit-wearing cocksuckers, take your fucking blue blood and go shove it up your ass. That's what I thought. So then I went to work for these chop shops. And one day, I walked in there and I sold 1,000 shares of IGT. It was a $22 stock back then. This is pre-split. Pre-4-for-1 split, mind you, 15 years ago. So I walk in there with a $22,000 ticket. This is coming from a guy that's never met me. I've called 3 times, and I'm selling him 1,000 shares of a $22 stock. Granted, at least it was a legitimate stock. He heard of it, and I told him all about it. We had some rapport going at this point. But I get called into the office, and they sit me down. They say, you know, that's a great ticket you got there, and we appreciate you think you know all about that IGT stock that you're selling. But you know what? We're going to give you a $60 commission on that trade. On that $22,000 ticket, we're going to give you a $60 commission, and we're going to take half and then charge you an SEC fee. So you're going to probably walk away with about $15. $15 commission going home with. Who are you looking out for, he asked me. Who am I looking out for? I just took my 7 like a month ago. So immediately I'm saying the client. He laughed at me. He's like, listen, if you just buy XYZ Corp or Consolidated Technology Systems bullshit on that $22,000 ticket, we're going to give you $1,800 commission that you can keep, all of it. Who am I looking out for? The greatest question I've ever been asked in the industry. You know what? And I went from chop shop to chop shop. I remember one day when I spoke up in a meeting, I was told to shut up when the IPO that we were doing was falling below the IPO price. I was like, isn't that a bad thing? Maybe we should bail too. Or why are we... What's the story here? And I was told to shut up and never speak up at a meeting ever again. So anyway, you gotta be kidding me. I shouldn't even be here right now. I should have just kept my... What was I saying yesterday? I was like, I'm convinced that DRYS is going to hold that... You gotta be fucking kidding me! See, yesterday, even though I'm an advocate of not holding stocks, the stock hit my price at $50.65 at the low. I was in at $50 and I think it was $50.80 where I was at. And I was like, this might be something I want to hang on till tomorrow. But you know what? It started running into the close, and I saw the money, and I took the money. Granted, I probably could have got... I should... Nah, you gotta be just kidding me. $53.75 right now. $53.75. And where am I out? Where am I out? Oh, that's brilliant. That's some brilliant shit. That's some brilliant shit right there. Brilliant shit. I mean, I can't even go on right now. I was going to get into this hope and faith thing and how I don't feel bad for all the people at Lehman. You know what? I still don't feel bad. You know, obviously, I gotta feel bad for these guys with families, and they have... But if these are the smart people. And what happened to all the smart people in the world? All the smart people at Bear Stearns and Goldman Sachs, and all the smart people that let this happen to our country. What's happening right now? All these... Was it all the brokers that I was working with selling mortgages on the phone to the people that couldn't afford houses? Is that what really brought the downfall? I can't imagine that's what it is. Lehman Brothers couldn't figure it out. Bear Stearns couldn't figure it out. Everybody out there, all these smart people with their degrees and their suits, and how smart they are and telling people what to do, they couldn't figure it out. They couldn't figure out that maybe this is something that we shouldn't be doing. And now I got to feel bad, and these people got to get bailed out. Who's bailing me out? Who's bailing me out from that Lucid that I bought when I was convinced by I went to an analyst meeting for Lucid telling me, I was like, I'm hearing on the floor that you guys are in really bad shape. And they convinced me. They convinced me that they weren't going to go out of business. I'm like, I'm hearing that you're going out of business. As I spoke up at the meeting, at the Lucid Analyst Day. It's like, I'm hearing on the floor that you got no support for your stock. If it breaks 40, you're going to go to 20 in a month. They were laughing at me. Stock went to 0, basically. You trust nobody. Trust nobody but yourself. So then if you're wrong, at least you're the only person to blame. But all these smart people, all these awesome, great, smart people who didn't want to give me a job. How come I was the only smart person saying, how come we're ignoring the subprime catastrophe? Why is the market going up? Why is the market going up? We should be sorting through this now to save what's going to... Oh, my God. And the EXM and the dryers just keep on going. Just keep on chugging. My whole day right there. But anyway, I can't even say I told you so. Because the only thing I did smart was in January when the market was falling off. After we didn't have that Santa Claus rally, I knew '08 was going to be bad. So I took my kids' money, I took my money, I took my two guys that listened to me with all their money, took everybody out, put everybody into cash. I said, open up an ING direct account, let it sit there for the year. You'll make more money doing that. But am I smart enough to say I wasn't smart enough or brave enough to go short? And I wasn't brave enough to go short yesterday, the day before. The thing is, the money can be made every day. You know, granted, if I would have shorted pot or the PCX a month ago or 2 months ago, there's no way I would still be in them now. The $85 puts that I have, there's no way I'd still be in it. It'd be great to say, oh, I had $85 puts. Yeah, I could have made all this money. Yeah. You know what? If I would have bought 10,000 shares of DRYS this morning and not had a freaking conniption, and I would have been making that money today. So it's not about the money. But how could I be this smart? I took acting in school, and I learned how to write commercials and television and work TV cameras. Why was I the only one? Was it because the pessimist inside me? Are you afraid to be pessimistic? Is that it? Come out and say, this sucks. We better look out. We better watch out for what we're doing here. Why am I the only one? I mean, obviously I'm not the only one. But back when the market's going up and you talk about how it shouldn't be going up and you're a doomsdayer. You're so pessimistic. How could you think... What's wrong with being pessimistic? It's great to be a pessimist. You know why? Because when things go well, you're real surprised. Hey, I never thought that would happen. And you can be pleasantly surprised. But if you're pessimistic, you're always on guard. You're ready for the worst things to happen. All these smart people are letting my country go to shit now. The dollar's not going to be worth anything. I can't travel. I can't go to overseas right now. Cost me... I tried to plan a trip to go away somewhere. And you can't even go away. Everything costs too much money. This is bullshit. It's bullshit. This whole thing is bullshit. But the bottom line, as I said it before, you come into my chat room, you buy what I sell, and the goddamn things always go up, no matter what. It's been 10 years when I was making 10 grand a day. When I lose money, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter!